Welcome to the Lowcountry Revolutionaries, the podcast that dives deep into the heart of Charleston, South Carolina's vibrant entrepreneurial scene. I'm your host, Bill Ballott, founder of Veritas Exoscience, and each week we're spotlighting the boldest innovators from the Chucktown startup community. These are the visionaries pouring their heart and soul into the businesses that are transferring Charleston into a global hub of creativity and American ingenuity. Get ready for raw, real conversations with the trailblazers shaping our city's future. Let's dive in. I would like to welcome Amanda Edwards. Amanda is the owner of iSmash here in Charleston, South Carolina. They have a smash room that's the ultimate way to let loose, break things, and have fun in a safe and controlled environment. Welcome, Amanda. Tell me about this smash room thing. What the heck is this?
Hey, Bill, right? You ever sitting in traffic and just wish you could smash your windshield with a sledgehammer, or
maybe somebody else's windshield? Just saying.
Yep, somebody else's windshield. Or ever want to throw a plate? Or how about that printer that just is absolutely awful at the office? If you remember the movie Office Space, where they go out into the field and just beat up a printer. That is, we are giving you a safe space to be able to do that.
Really?
And so, yeah. So you come in, you watch a safety video. We've got coveralls for folks that might have exposed arms or legs, or just don't want to wear their personal clothes into the smash room. So we provide coveralls. We also provide gloves, goggles, a helmet with a face shield on it. We do ask that everybody bring closed-toed shoes, just because that's important, right? We don't want people stepping on glass.
I know safety stuff. I worked in a lab environment, and we don't let anybody in without closed-toe shoes, so I totally get that. Yep. OSHA appreciates that.
Yes. So does my insurance company. So, right. Yes. So you go in, and it's based on packages. I have 4 separate packages, and it's really how much stuff you want to smash and for how long. So the lowest is 20 minutes. I've got 35 minutes, and then I have 2 packages with 50 minutes, and I can hold up to 15 people in one room.
Oh, cool.
So you can go in. I have people who come in by themselves all the time. So I have smaller rooms that hold up to 4 people, and then I have rooms that hold up to 15. And there's a metal wall in the room, and then there's some logs in the room that you can hit things off of, smash on. You can throw things at the wall. We have a tool rack in the room. It's got a sledgehammer, baseball bats, crowbar, some mallets, different things like that. So you can have your weapon of choice when you're in the room, and obviously, share amongst each other. Everybody gets a chance at the sledgehammer.
Nice.
Depending on the package, you can have a windshield to smash, which is my favorite. You don't realize how durable those windshields are until you actually have to smash one, and they're pretty durable.
Yeah,
so that's a lot of fun.
Their design, the technical design on them, is because of that curve. They're convex out, but from the inside they're concave. That outside is really tough. That's why if you hit it from the inside, it's a lot easier to break.
Yep. But from the outside, it's pretty hard, and it's a lot of fun. It's something that most people don't get the opportunity to do. So you smash until your time is up, or until you're out of all of your items, and then you get to leave it all behind, and my employees will clean it all up for you.
Really?
For me.
Wow.
Yes,
so have you tried this smash room yourself? Have you gone in there and smashed stuff? And I guess what I'm trying to get to is, like, what's the difference between, people's feelings and attitudes before and after they come out of the room? Because that to me is super interesting.
Yeah, it's people are usually nervous at first. They're not really sure what to expect. And then once they're in there, they're like, wow, I really get to just smash this. My first time smashing was actually with my own printer.
Oh, wow.
So that made it more fulfilling, because it was a printer that I had been saving and I hated, because it just always gave me problems. And so that was very fulfilling. But we get all of the items mostly either donations or from Goodwill.
Oh, nice.
So everything is upcycle.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is created for us, if that makes sense.
Right.
A lot of electronics, they're broke. Surprising, we can't take TVs. So those of you who have TVs sitting in your garage that want to smash, I'm sorry. Due to the things inside of them, there's a lot of them have mercury. It's not safe. So let's not do that.
Mercury's no joke. Yeah.
Yep. So everybody always asks, they're like, "Oh, I got this TV in my garage. Can I donate it?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I can't take TVs." So, but yes, so everything is things that Goodwill can't sell, right? It's gone through their stores and it's now in their outlet center. And nobody really wants a 2013 best teacher of XYZ school award, right? Like nobody wants that mug to buy.
Yeah.
So that's usually the kind of stuff. Some people do actually keep the things that show up in their box because it's random. We never know what we're going to have. And some people actually like some of the collectibles that are in there and they'll keep them. But yeah. And then we have, it might be old plates and glassware and different things from grandma's house and stuff like that, those kind of things. So, and then electronics are usually old VCRs and DVD players because those aren't really around anymore. Old computers and laptops that folks aren't using, speakers, those kind of things. So it's really fun. So to go back, you would ask me, what is it like once they go in versus coming out? So when they come out, usually they're sweaty and tired and need a drink. Definitely ready for that. And they are just energized and kind of like, you're fulfilling all those endorphins, right? And that's something you don't get to do. When do you get to take a sledgehammer to something that's not valuable? It's very, very far and few people have actually been able to do that. And so it's a release for sure, especially if you have pent up energy. I came from the HVAC industry. So air conditioning, heating, cooling, crawling in attics, things like that. And so one of my favorite things is that my old boss, we're going to get together some air conditioner condensers, like the pieces sitting outside of people's homes. And I'm going to let my HVAC technicians come in and just go to town on them.
Yeah. So this is like team building here. So you can bring your whole team in and everything.
Yep. Focusing on team building, birthday parties, divorce parties, right? Everybody wants a bachelorette party, but what about a divorce party, right? That's some anger to get out. And then we have some axe throwing lanes as well.
Oh, really?
And those yes. And what makes our axe throwing lanes different is that they're virtual, they're digital. So we have a projector on the screen so you can actually play games. But what's more fun is you can put logos or pictures of people or whatever you want to put up there and throw axes. So that's a fun team building too. You can put your manager up there and throw axes at the manager, all in good fun. We have paint splatter as well. So it's where everybody gets a canvas. And you go in and you can either paint the canvas, paint yourselves, paint each other, paint the walls, paint the floors, painters can go everywhere.
Is it again, with a brush, or do you get to bring in like a paint gun? Just asking for a friend.
I offer. I have little squirt guns of paint actually in the packages. Yep, and we have bombs and glitter and different things too glitter. If people want. Yeah, paint and glitter everywhere. Yeah. But it's another outlet. Like think about your kids that are artists and creative and want to draw on the walls, right? This is a place they actually can draw on the walls and not get in trouble.
Nice.
So have you ever wanted to like throw paint at your parent, right? Wouldn't you like to throw something at your parent or your kid? Right? Same way, both ways. And so it's just a release in a fun, safe environment. The paint is all non-toxic. Obviously, we don't want you using the smash room to throw things at people. That's not what we want. And in the paint rooms, we do ask, that you don't throw paint above the shoulders. So obviously we don't want to blind anybody, but everybody wears goggles. And so again, it's about safety, but having that release and fun doing it.
Wow, that is really cool. So how did you find this? I mean, has this been around for a while?
So iSmash is a franchise. I am fortunate enough to be store number 9 in the franchise. So I'm really excited about still being in the beginning stages. Um, we are at 94, I think, signed as of today,
Wow.
that are getting built around the country.
Wow.
So it's a really exciting time for us as a franchise. We're growing and popping up all over the country. So we're hoping, to be a name that people associate with fun,
Right.
um, to have those activities and that excitement. So my owner, his name is Steven.
Yeah.
He started iSmash in 2019 in
Okay.
Rochester, New York.
Okay.
Yes. And so our second location was in Syracuse. So he showed proof of concept. And then Tampa was the very first actual franchise. And I happened to be good friends with the owners of the Tampa location.
Oh, cool.
And so, yeah, so I was looking at becoming a business owner and I didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up, right? That's always the goal. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Right. Right.
And yeah, so my friends posted that they were coming up on their 1 year anniversary and that they had bought multiple more locations. And I was like, oh, you should put one in Charleston and let me run it for you. And they called me and he was like, Amanda, why don't you just buy your own? Like, you've
Yeah.
been in the
Why
business.
don't you just do this?
Why would you want to work for me? Why don't you do this yourself? And I had never really thought about it. I'd always been scared to be a business owner.
Right.
I worked with small businesses for 4 years in the beginning part of my sales career. And so I've always helped small businesses and always been affiliated with small businesses. And I was just always, I don't know if I want to do that.
Right.
And so I was like, you know what? Let's do it. And so I put everything I have into this
Wow.
and I'm risking it all. And I figured I've been selling for the last, over 10 years for other people. Why don't I do it for myself?
Right. Right. And is it open already? And where is it open at?
We are going to be at 1291 Folly Road.
Okay.
So we are on Folly Road, technically James Island, but
Okay.
we're
James
city of
Island.
Charleston.
Yep.
Yep. And we are in the Food Lion Plaza. So as you go down Folly, there's a Walmart, a Food Lion, and a Publix. I'm next door to Food Lion.
Oh,
So you have a
nice.
great location. For our parties, we're using everybody in the plaza. We're using Fam's Pub for pizza, wings, and salad. We're using Ripe, is a juice bar for smoothies for
Right.
healthy options. And the Wisconsin Cheese is the plaza down the street. They're going to be charcuterie offerings. So I'll have those options for folks that have any parties or use the party rooms so that way I can provide the food for them
Nice.
and focusing on all using local. I'm very big, while I am a franchise, I'm still a local business owner. I'm very huge on using local folks, not 1-800 whatever. So anything I can do to partner with folks or use local, that's what I try to do.
Wow. That's great.
So yes, so by the time this episode airs, we should be open.
Nice. Nice. Yes.
So that is the goal. We are getting our finals done this week, and we should get our certificate of occupancy next week. And so by the time this airs, we should be open. Come see
That'll
us.
no, absolutely. Yeah. So, the fire marshal has to come in and make sure everything's okay. I bet you it's going to be a weird inspection. Like, they're going to do what in here? All right, fine. Let's just,
I have been working with them for weeks actually, because we had to do a massive sprinkler
oh, yes.
transition in our
Yeah.
space. It was a large open space and now I have a bunch of walls. And so we had to make a lot of changes
Yes.
to our fire sprinkler. So me and the fire marshal office, shout out to them. We have become very close because I visit them quite frequently. But they have been great to me and very helpful. And I'm looking forward to hosting them actually for everything. So they have prepped me and told me what they need so that hopefully I pass with flying colors. So I had some checklists and some things. So hopefully everything will just smooth sail.
Yeah, that sounds great. And so, is this, what went into kind of figuring out your location and getting an establishment? Since you're going through a franchise, I don't know how that works. It's like, does the franchise do it for you? Do you have to do it? How do you manage that?
Yeah. So the franchise gave me resources. We use a company called Locate AI, and it's not so much for Charleston because Charleston's such a small city, but if you think of like Atlanta or Chicago, right, when you're trying to figure out where the best place is, originally I really wanted to be in the Park Circle, Tanger area. Rent was very expensive for things that did not work for our space. As a franchise, we do like to be in plazas. We like to be in plazas that also have other, food establishments and things like that, again, that we can partner with. So that was big. Originally, when they wanted to show me the space on Folly Road, I originally said absolutely not because I live in Somerville.
Oh, yeah. That's a bit of a drive.
And all I could think about was driving to Folly Road on a Saturday in the middle of summer on 4th of July weekend.
Right.
And I cringed a little bit, but looking at location and having the most central, because I couldn't get into the Park Circle area for space confinement reasons, this was a great option. For me, I have long-term plans in the next year to put a second location in Somerville. I'm going to start looking. Yeah. So I want one in like the next in Carnes Crossing kind of area, that kind of area. And my reasoning for my location versus putting it in Somerville first is that the folks on vacation on Folly are not going to drive to Somerville to come to my store. But my folks in Somerville will at least come maybe one time down to Folly before my Somerville location comes. And so I really wanted to, as a business owner, capitalize on the tourism. And I'm close enough to downtown. I'm close enough to Mount Pleasant. I'm definitely close enough to Folly. I'm 1.7 miles from Tides. So to have that's really where the location came down to is while I am going to have to sit in traffic, that's where all my people will be. So I can suck all that
matters. Yeah.
Yes. And our hours are pretty much 12 to 8 every day. And so I don't have to get there at 8 in the morning and I don't have to sit in 5 o'clock traffic. Yes. So it made it a little better. But seeing the space was actually what really qualified it. When you come in and see how large, we have 8,500 square feet.
Whoa.
Nice. 2,000 of that is storage, which is great because I'm able to bring in a lot of the recyclables at one time. So from a flow aspect of things, that really works for me as a business owner. So it's beautiful. It's such a great space. So it was worth it.
So I have a sort of an off the wall question here a little bit, but to kind of connect it. So are you like native to Charleston? Did you grow up here, or why is Charleston like your place to do business, and how is that helping you out?
Yeah, so I'm born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I left at 18 and joined the Air Force.
Oh, yeah.
And I was in maintenance. I was an admin position, so I was a scheduler. I did the major maintenance scheduling and aircraft flying schedule. And it landed me here in Charleston for a week back in 2003. And when I came here, I said, I love it here. I'm going to live here one day. And every time on my Air Force request sheet, I always put Charleston as my first one. And I ended up in New Mexico instead.
Yeah, of course.
So
because that's how the Air Force works.
Yeah. Where do you want to go? The opposite.
Yeah.
But I didn't end up with snow, so that was okay. But I did end up in Tampa for 10 years, hence the relationship with the Tampa franchise.
Nice.
And my grandmother was sick, and I ended up going back to Pittsburgh for a few years over COVID.
Yep.
And once she had passed and I got on my feet and it was like, okay, COVID's over. Where do I go? What do I want to do? I said, I've always wanted to live in Charleston. Let's go there. And so pretty much sight unseen, I picked a house offline. And I still live in it, 3 years later. But I moved here. I was still in the HVAC industry. So I was in the HVAC industry in Pennsylvania, and they helped me find a job here. So I did move here in the HVAC industry, and it's a hard industry. It's a lot. Crawling in crawl spaces and crawling in attics. I have some health concerns of my own that will prevent me in the future. So I was just trying to look out for my best interest.
Yeah, I totally get that.
So Charleston, Somerville is where I could afford to live. So that's how I chose that. And yeah, we moved here. April was 2 years ago. So about almost 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, so this is home now. And, you know, planning roots, obviously opening my first store, hoping to get my second store up in another year. And so planning roots here.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a wonderful story. And thank you, by the way, thank you for your service. It's like now we can say
Thank
this
you,
is
sir.
a veteran owned business too. So you
Yes.
put that on the moniker too. So that's wonderful. And
Yes.
that's really exciting. It's like, within 2 years, like that seems very rapid. You got a store coming open and you got a second one on the way. You are really moving out quick.
We're trying. So I did bring on a partner, which I was really excited about. At first I did not want a partner. I wanted to be solo.
Right.
However, I'm really excited about his background. He has been a James Island dean of one of the middle schools there for
Right.
20 years. And so he is very familiar with James Island, which was a huge plus. He's very involved in the sports and teenagers and high school and things. And so he brings a skill set to me where I know the small business, I know the sales, I know how to get people in the door, where he brings the employee side and patience. And that's what I'm looking forward to most, is learning from him.
Yes.
Because I've never had to be a manager myself. And so that's the scary part for me, is knowing how to manage people, let alone teenagers.
Yes.
And so having somebody who has that skill set and has that knowledge of James Island and has those resources, I'm really excited to have him part of my team.
That sounds super smart. And I was going to kind of ask you questions like, what advice would you have for other entrepreneurs out there? And it sounds like that would be one of the pieces of advice. Do you have other things that you've learned over this very short period of time? I'm sure there was lots of things that you had to learn overnight, right?
Yes. So I signed in August of 24 my original contract.
Wow.
With the franchise. And I thought I would be open by March or April. Obviously.
Right.
As it's October.
Right.
So, and I remember in May or early June when we first got our permits, and my CEO, Steven, said, okay, we'll probably be open by October. And I said, October? We're going to be open in July.
Of course.
And he laughed at me. And he laughed at me, and we're still laughing because I still refuse to use August. Was like not in my vocabulary.
Right,
and now here we are looking at October. So I would say whatever your budget is. I even added $20,000 as a buffer to my budget, and I blew that by another $20,000.
Right.
So whatever money you think it's going to cost, the fire suppression I wasn't expecting to have to spend.
Yes.
The city made me add a handicap ramp and a bathroom I wasn't expecting. So those were extra costs that I had no idea when we did our plans. That wasn't an oops. That was the city said, nope, your space is too big. You need another bathroom.
Right.
Yep. And there was nothing I could do about it. So time and money, which they always say, whatever you plan for, add more. I thought adding 20% to my budget was a good nope.
Yeah.
And don't quit your day job.
Yes.
Earlier than you should. I'm because again, I thought I'd be open in July. I quit my full-time job because I was so busy, and I was only halving both things.
Right.
And I was getting super overwhelmed, and I was like, okay, I have enough money to last me till October. I'll be fine. Well, here we are in October, and I'm like,
oh my God.
Man, I shouldn't have quit my day job. Yeah. So thankfully, I do have an amazing significant other who is very supportive and very helpful. And, I've backups of backups, but still scary. But I would say don't quit your day job until you know for sure you're ready to open. That was actually some of the advice I gave to some of the other franchisees, because she was like, oh, you quit your job. And I was like, don't do it. Don't quit your job yet. Nope. Don't quit your job until you are weeks away from your CO. Don't quit your job. Would be my advice to my past self. Yes. And whatever you think you need for money, add it.
Yeah.
And then add more.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever you think it is, add that same amount again. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I was like, okay, we're at this is all our worst case. But that bathroom and that handicap ramp, and literally I have a ramp off the back of my building that'll never get used for zero purpose that costs $10,000 for nothing. And it's not just the ramp. I had to change the doors because the doors weren't handicap accessible.
Right.
And then this and then this and then that, right? Like when you look at space, make sure that whatever the space, the space was retail before, and I thought I was still retail, but I'm not considered retail because I don't sell anything. Yeah, I'm considered assembly.
Oh, okay.
And
I always figured, I thought it might be under services or something, but it's assembly.
Yep.
Wow. So you're like a manufacturing plant almost, in a sense.
Apparently that's what the city is categorizing me is, so I'm not like, it used to be a Napa Auto Parts and they had 2 bathrooms. Why would I think that a retail store would need a 3rd bathroom? Right. And I can't. And even if I had every room maxed and every party room and full employees, I will never have more than 80, 85 people in the building ever. Won't do it. Right. But the way that they count my space because of the square footage, they say I can hold up to 160. Yep. Yeah. Even though I won't, they didn't care. And so that was, again, you don't know until you don't know. And then you find out. And so, learning how to go through the city, through the permits, sitting down with the permit office. I just went to them and I was like, hi, I'm a new business owner. I don't know what I'm doing. Teach me. And they taught me.
Oh, cool.
Right. I went in, if you don't go in screaming and yelling at them going, why didn't you do this? Instead going in, I'm a big Ted Lasso fan, and be curious, right? Be curious, not accusing and not making assumptions of, oh, they don't know how to do their job or they're not good at their job. No, if you don't know what they need, then you're going to do it wrong. And so I went in and had them teach me. And so that's how I've been able to get through all my inspections so well, is because I have learned how to get through them.
Yes. Yeah. So. And I worked a little bit I had a student job where I was an assistant fire marshal. So I know dealing with people who are not nice, and then dealing with people who are like, hey, how do we do this? And how do we make this work? And all this kind of stuff. It's like, it's a lot easier. And, you can explain to people, it's like, okay, this is why this is important. This is what this does. And like, oh yeah, I know you got to put a new door in here, but guess what? That door that's 3 foot wide for handicap access and stuff, it's a lot easier to move things in and out too. It's like, so there's other, you get benefits from doing it. But yes, it's like, oh my God, I didn't know I had to do these things,
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it was
a lot of learning.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of learning. The process has been amazing. I mean, I'll tell you, they say if it was easy, everyone would do it.
Right.
And that full-heartedly believe that, as well as that, not everybody can be a small business owner, and not everybody, just because you have a great idea, can go through these. And the mental toll on top of the financial toll is hard, right? Yeah. When you do everything that you can do, and I want to control the process, but you can only control what you can control. Right. And then you just sit and wait until someone else says it's okay. That is a mental, I can't even explain the mental drain of just that I wasn't expecting.
Yes, I can identify with you on that one. I just started my business in March, and I am right there with you. Didn't expect certain things. It should have doubled, the amount of resources I had and all that kind of stuff. Exactly the things you've said. It's like, and you're going, oh my gosh. And you just feel like you're waiting, and you're like, okay, when's something going to happen? When is positive cash flow going to head this way versus the other way, Yes.
My poor QuickBooks is completely the other way. It's like deposits, none.
Yes.
Like, I know.
Yeah.
I know, not yet. We're getting there.
Yeah, I heard the greatest term, and it was in a comedy sketch, to believe it or not. It's like, Yeah, the best term for this is you're in pre-revenue. I'm like, well,
Yes.
okay, that's a pretty happy face to put on this.
Yeah, that does make it sound right. That does make it sound a lot better.
Yes.
Pre-revenue.
Yeah. Well, this has been great. I really enjoyed talking with you, Amanda, and I'm looking forward. I know my wife is actually looking forward to going down to your place and smashing some things, and I would rather her do it there than at our place. So that's a win right there. So, and I hope I hope your store opens right on time, and
Me too.
I want you to come back and whenever you get time after things get going and tell us what happened.
Yeah, let's do an update and see how my second store is going. Let's see it.
Right,
let's
right.
hope for
Yeah,
that.
and you
right?
come
I
back
know,
and say,
big
well, the
hopes,
second
but
one's going so good, I'm going to do 3 now,
the goal eventually is to get 4 or 5. So bringing my partner on, we're that's the goal. So we're looking to expand. We want to get store 2 up and see. So we're doing store 1 as a trial together. Make sure we get along. Make sure everything is going good, and then we'll start store 2. And one thing I've learned about bringing a partner on, for anybody listening, is to have the breakup conversation while you still like each other.
That's a good idea.
That was, we have a whole breakup policy in our contract while we like each other, so that it was fair on either way. God forbid we don't like each other in a year or 2 or 10 years from now, we have something in place that is fair to both of us and no hurt feelings.
Awesome.
So that's
super smart. I was at a conference that Heather Villari and the I can't remember, CVVBA put on, and they talked about your exit strategy and the exit strategy of like, okay, what happens when you're ready to leave your business and move on, either sell it or retire and stuff like that. Think about that now before you get to that. I'm like, holy cow, I haven't even thought about those things.
Yeah. And I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but I'm updating my will, and I changed my beneficiaries to make sure my partner is included so that he gets his money back. Because if I die tomorrow, the business is 100% in my name. What are we doing? Where's it going? What's happening? Yes. And so I'm putting things in place because my significant other, him and I are not married. We're not legal, nothing legal. So
you have to do a few other things, right? Yes.
Yeah, he has 0 rights to my business if something happens to me, and I don't have children, so it would go to my parents, and that's not what I want in any way, shape, or form. And so I'm putting those things in place and getting things legally taken care of. That way my franchise gets the business back, right? My fiance gets it, that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah. So yes.
Well, it sounds like you're really taking care of business here. I'm looking forward to trying out your place sometime, and I think it's going to be really great. It sounds like you've got a lot of great things in place, and it's going to be a lot of fun for some folks. And you're going to help some folks. They're vacationing here. You'll probably attract a few more people down to Charleston for their vacation, so they can smash stuff once they find out.
Yes.
And
yes.
All the people sitting out in traffic right now are probably going, "Oh my gosh, I know exactly where I need to go."
Yep. That's the hope. That's the hope, is you're sitting in traffic and you're like, man, I could really get it. Come on down, smash away. You can book right online. It's nice and easy, and come see us. It's a good time. I can't wait. I'm so excited. It's going to be so much fun.
It sounds great. Well, I hope you have a great day, Amanda.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate your time.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Lowcountry Revolutionaries. Thanks for joining us as we celebrate the fearless entrepreneurs making wave in Charleston's Chucktown Startups community. I'm Bill Bellot, and it's been an honor to share these inspiring stories with you. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who needs a spark of Lowcountry innovation. Until next time, keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.